same day that Star Wars fans old enough to remember the original theatrical release finally got to see Han shoot first on DVD, loyal LucasArts gamers got to continue the LEGO Star Wars saga in the correct episode order with LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. It's full of stud collecting, stormtrooper blasting, and memorable movie moments, but the lack of online co-op and awkward camera control saps some of the fun out of this force-filled adventure. Despite the lengthy lineage of Star Wars video games, LEGO Star Wars 2 is only the second game to travel through any of the elder episodes chronologically, right behind the Super Nintendo's Super Star Wars series. But despite the linear story progression, there are still plenty of comedic cutscenes that poke a lot of well-deserved fun at the sci-fi saga. Although the level layout does stay fairly faithful to the cinematic story, there are plenty of moments that are skipped via brief cutscenes. Some of these would have been fun to play through as well, like Luke's escape from the Wampus lair. It's also recommended for those who have seen the Star Wars trilogy. Without any dialogue, some of the subtle humor will be wasted on first-time viewers. You can only control one LEGO at a time. You can build up a crew of 6 characters as you discover them in each area. Each familiar face represents a different combat type. Jedi swing their sabers and force-push puzzle pieces. Blaster Masters dodge oncoming fire and use a grappling hook. And droids open up locked doors and inactive machines, unless they're specific to stormtroopers and bounty hunters. This adds variety because you can't just stick to one character the whole time, but it would still be nice to command other characters to open doors, rather than have to switch to them and operate it manually. Many of the locked doors are designed to be skipped the first time through. You can't make the correct character available until you beat that level at least once with the people that are supposed to be there. But even on the first pass, there's plenty for everyone to do. There are tons of objects to smash up in each area for lots of feverish shiny object grabbing. And anyone can build a vehicle now, whether they have the Force or not. LEGO Star Wars doesn't look like a complicated game, and it isn't. Some of the puzzles can get tricky, but otherwise it's an extremely forgiving experience. You lose money instead of lives when you die, making the real challenge adding up the puzzle points and unlocking hidden secrets. This may tempt determined platform collectors, but action fans might find the combat unsatisfying. It's interesting seeing a next-gen sheen on visuals that are intentionally simplified, but LEGO Star Wars 2 on the Xbox 360 is a lot of fun to watch. The environments may be plastic, but they look like real plastic. There are occasional frame rate issues that don't disturb the gameplay much, but are surprising in a game made entirely of miniature toys. The rail-driven vehicle levels from the prequel trilogy have now opened up to give you a bit more freedom, and the third-person areas are full of spots you'll want to revisit with the appropriate character. Adding a couple of hours on top of the 5 or 6, it'll take you to get through the 3 episodes. If those space heroes aren't entertaining enough, you can dissect and reassemble them, but this merely adds a brief visual reward and can get old after a pass or 2. One of the most satisfying features in the first LEGO Star Wars was the drop-in, drop-out co-op play on the PS2 and Xbox. When it was announced that the original trilogy would also appear on the 360, eager fans dreamed of taking that experience over Xbox Live. Unfortunately, dreams don't always come true. Despite the fact that other 360 games let you play with up to 15 other lifelike players cooperatively online, LEGO Star Wars 2 can't support just one. But even offline, co-op still has its problems. Friendly fire's always on, so you'll kill your teammates as much as, if not more than, you kill the enemy. And the two of you will have to stay close together, or the camera will become extremely problematic. This can cause your character to either disappear, or get stuck in one area until the other player backtracks to set them free. LEGO Star Wars 2 is almost exactly what fans asked for. It's a sequel to one of the most entertaining Star Wars games ever made, and it honors one of the best sci-fi trilogies of all time. Unfortunately, some of the design limitations might keep you from playing each level multiple times to find all the goodies and online achievements.